Hi, welcome to Up Top Solar. My name is Gwendolyn, and today we will be string sizing a Fronius inverter. All right, first two things is that my screen is over here, so I will be bouncing between you and my screen. And the second thing is I won't be going over all of the details of the string sizing tool. I already have a video on that you can see here. So if you're interested in learning more, go ahead and watch that video. All right, first step, choose system type. So it's already defaulted to inverter, so we're just going to leave it there. Next is to select an inverter. So we're going to go ahead and select the Fronius 15 240 volt version of that, and it automatically uploads all of the datasheet specs here that is important for string sizing. Now, one of the selections that we have here is number of MPPTs. So we can select one MPPT or two. And the reason that this could affect your string sizing is because you can look at that max ISC per MPPT down here. That's 27 amps. So right now we have it at 2 MPPTs. And our max short circuit current is 27 amps. Now, if you were to choose one, that jumps to 49.5 amps. And that will greatly affect our array sizing or string sizing. So I'm going to leave this at 2. We're going to choose 2 for this project, and we're going to move on. So next is temperature. So I'm going to leave it here as the default, but it is really important to make sure that you have the correct ambient temperatures for where your PV or your project's going to be at. And if you don't know, if you just want to have a quick tool to find it. If you're in Canada or the US, this is a quick tool to find ambient temperatures using a database. All right, but I'm going to leave it as the defaults for right now. Make my life a little bit easier. All right, next is solar module details. So if you don't find the module that you would like, you can just select custom and then enter those specs manually from the datasheet. Or you can email me, I'll add it on there. But for this one, we're going to choose a Jinko Solar module. There you go. All right, next is advanced settings. So I do want to talk about this. By default, the overloading ratio, or you might hear it as DC to AC ratio, is set to 1.2. So that's by default. If you want to increase that to 1.8, some inverters have anywhere between 1.1 to 2.5 max. I'm going to leave it at 1.2 though, because per the data sheet here from the Fronius specs, the max power output is 15,000 watts, and max PV power connected recommended is 18,000 watts, which is a 1.2 overloading ratio. So I'm just going to leave it at 1.2. Next is max current safety factor. So this is by default 1.25. It's one of the methods in the National Electric Code, so it defaults to that. If you do a different method, or if you're located in a different country that has different codes, standards, you can go ahead and change that to whatever you want. I'm going to leave it at 1.25. And then mounting type, I'm just going to leave that as none. I explained that in the longer video. All right. So let's string size. Let's see what we have. So one thing you should know about this string sizing tool is that it will distribute the strings evenly over all MPPTs, and it will try to get as close as possible to your overloading ratio. So in this case, it's 1.2, which is 18,000 watts. So it's going to try to get as close as possible with having the same results distributed over MPPT1, MPPT2, or however MPPTs that you have. So we can see here that we have 14 in series. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, blah, to 14, and then 2 strings per MPPT. And we can see the results per MPPT with each MPPT result. And then we can look down at the system summary to see what the total array summary is. And it looks like right now we are at a 1.6 overloading ratio, or DC to AC ratio, and 17.4 kilowatts. It's pretty close to 18. I'm going to see if we can get a little bit closer by adding a string. Okay, it looks like we can't add any strings. Can we add another module in series? Yes. Okay, so we added another module in series on the second Maximum Power Point Tracker, and it looks like it got really close, if not 1.2 overloading ratio and at 18 kilowatts. So that's perfect. That's what we wanted. And this is our results. So our results is 1 MPPT at 14 modules in series, 2 strings, and another MPPT at 15 modules in series with 2 strings. That gets us what we want. 58 modules total, 4 strings total, 18 kilowatts, and a 1.2 DC to AC ratio. So once you get the results that you like, you just click email my results, put your name, put your email address. If you want to write some notes down for yourself, so you remind yourself of why you decided what to do, what you did, go ahead and do that, send it to yourself. And basically what you'll get is you'll get a carbon copy of this web page. So you get all the inputs and the results with a summary. And that's how you string size a Fronius inverter. Thanks for joining.